at how Phil do
She's
something.
lying, she don't
I
go
did.
back. She don't go back.
I was out and I tried to
She's the hardest person to pass.
and nobody would answer my phone. So I I'm so when he knows, okay, yeah, I have seen
I mean, like you said, I've never had a boss just come hang out or seen one hang out.
I showed him
So short of
what I
when
had
it was
to
like
do, it's just
his wife.
right. But I'm if I had a kiss, I'm he did show me how to do something and how to was doing it's just it was wonderful.
Good evening. Welcome to the St. Martin Parish Council regular meeting, October 7th, 2025 at 5 p.m. in the Carol Fugitive Meeting Room of the St. Martin Parish Government Annex Building. Please silence all cell phones, remove all hats. The public may comment upon any item that requires a vote by the St. Martin Parish Council. They ask that you fill out a request to speak form located at the back of the room. Give it to the sheriff deputy who will bring it to me. I would like to call this meeting to order with a prayer led by Deputy Council Clerk, Ms. Chantel Bell.
We, the members of the St. Martin Parish Council, having been chosen to represent the people of the parish, beg of thee, Almighty God, to enlighten our minds, so that our work will be just and fair in all things. Give us the courage and the strength to fulfill our duties according to the laws of the land, and in so doing, fulfilling also thy holy will on earth and in heaven, through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Mr. Durio, would you lead us in the pledge?
The United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, everyone's present.
Approval of minutes, regular meeting of September 2nd, 2025.
I need a motion and a second to approve. I have a motion by Mr. Melson, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.
Persons to address council, there are none. Special business,
President Delton.
Special business acknowledge receipt of the year 2026 sinking fund and operating maintenance budget, which we call for a public hearing for the year 2026 sinking fund and operating and maintenance budgets.
You have all received a copy of the year 2026 sinking fund and operating maintenance budget and the year 2026 parish capital outlay budget.
acknowledge receipt of the year 2026 sinking fund and operating and maintenance budgets, and call for a public hearing for the year 2026 sinking fund and operating maintenance budgets.
I need a motion and a second to approve. Call for public hearing. Call for public hearing. I have a motion by Mr. Jean-Baptiste, second by Mr. Meyer. Call for a vote.
Item B, acknowledge receipt of the year 2026 parish capital outlay budget, and to call for a public hearing for the year 2026 parish capital outlay budget.
I need a motion and a second to approve and call for public hearing. I have a motion by Mr. Nelson, second by Mr. Jean-Baptiste. Call for the vote. Any comments from the public?
conduct a public hearing to hear comments on values of property for assessment purposes fixed by the St. Martin Parish Assessor.
I need a motion and a second to open public hearing. I have a motion by Mr. Mellison, second by Ms. Jean-Baptiste. Call for the vote. Any comments from the public? Assessor Todd, you would like to address the council? Thank you, Mr. Brown.
My favorite time of the year, tax rules over with. Like same thing before, it's a copy of the grand recap, which kind of describes, it says how much each taxing authority gets, as far as funding. The second line would be the amount of taxes, the second column to the right. So this year, compared to last year, we kind of almost like dead even. Like last year, the taxes were, $51,761,351. This year it's $51,883,708. Most of that's due to trading with almost one company that we lost a lot of value on. We had the Bayou Bouillon operating, it's an oil and gas company, and some wells in the basin, and they went from paying last year $1.15 million of taxes to $54,000. And their assessment's based on production, so for some reason, they shut off production this year, and we don't know why, but you know what, the numbers we got, and lowered it that much. We had picked up, would have been up about $10 million of assessed value in the parish, but that really knocked us back because it was a little over $10 million on that assessment alone of assessed value. So that was what kept us from having some gains. Hopefully next year some of the oil and gas picks up again. We really don't know what it's due to, but other than that, we gained a little bit and everything else, but, you know, steady improvements with residential and commercial buildings and land values are going up, so, I think that's, you know, good outlook for the future, but this year, just that one hit us pretty hard. I have, we picked up a little bit in inventory and machinery and equipment. And inventory was up about $8 million of assessed value. So, and with that being said, I just want to point out something. I kind of added up the millages that the parish collects. So I know next year in April, there's going to be a vote on the inventory tax, if we're going to collect it or not. It's about $2.5 million the parish government itself would lose if we don't collect inventory tax. So, you know, that's one thing you don't have to consider. Probably about the same with the school board and the sheriff and the rest of that. But, you know, it's a lot of money, but then you gotta look sometimes. There's, if all the other parishes quit collecting it and we're the only one that collect the inventory tax, nobody will want to do this in our parish. So, those are things to look for. So, we'll see how the vote turns out. And if there's any questions y'all have on anything, I'm glad to answer.
Any questions from the council?
Thank you so much.
Mr. Mitch?
I'm sorry, I had my thing.
Oh, I knew you would have a question, Vincent.
Well, I get it like this. What I want to know is, of course, this is kind of petty, but I'm trying to figure out this. Yeah, it's too late now, I'm asking the question, you didn't want like this.
Okay, I'm sorry.
How much delinquent taxes do you show in your record?
Like delinquent taxes, really, we don't deal with it at all, sheriff does.
Okay, well, you're right about that, the property tax is paid to the sheriff.
Right.
So They were the one that was from
Yeah,
there.
they know what the delinquents are each year, and then I think that we're gonna work on showing probably 10%, so delinquents are,
We project 5%, but it usually comes in lower than that.
yeah, so lower than 5%.
More than how much?
Lower than 5%.
Okay, well, that's not bad.
Yes,
Mr. Benson, in your new binder that we just got, if you go to tab 8, they're gonna have a list of the delinquent taxes that you're gonna.
Yes, I was looking for it, but I couldn't find it.
It's in tab 8 of your binder,
It should be in your budget book.
in your budget
Yes,
book.
I looked in there, I couldn't find it.
Go to tab number 8.
Oh, somewhere here, okay. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
The second number 8,
Thank you.
the last section in the back.
Okay.
Not that one, go further back.
See,
The
that's
next
right.
section.
That's why I got it wrong. Oh, so that's.
The back
I'll
section.
get to that one. Oh,
Okay, I need a motion and a second to close public hearing. I have a motion by Ms. Jean-Baptiste, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.
Council to meet the Board of Adjustment to consider granting an exception to Kirk Gilbert to move a single-family dwelling on property zone I-1 light industrial located at 1735 Old Spanish Trail Highway, Lot 8 in Martin.
I need a motion and a second to grant the exception. I have a motion by Mr. Clay, second by Ms. Jean-Baptiste. Call for the vote.
Council to meet as Board of Adjustment to consider granting an exception to Laurent Taylor to move a single-family dwelling on property zone I-1 light industrial located at 1057 Bushwell Highway, lot number 13, Orneville.
I need a motion and a second to grant the exception. I have a motion by Mr. Corbeil, second by Mr. Poirier. Call for the vote.
Council to meet as Board of Adjustment to consider granting an exception to Rebecca Delmas to move a single-family mobile home property zone I-1 light industrial located at 3108 Grand Point Highway, Bridge.
I need a motion and a second to grant the exception. I got a motion by Mr. Clay, second by Mr. Mellison. Call for the vote.
Council to meet as Board of Adjustment to consider granting an exception to Cayman Hess to move a single-family mobile home on property zone C1 light commercial located at 4358 Main Highway, Bridge.
I need a motion and a second to grant the exception. I have a motion by Mr. Clay, second by Mr. Louvier. Call for the vote.
Vote to show cause to address nuisance property located at 1010 Gidry Drive, Bridge. Property owned by Jordan Lane.
Ms. Alamo?
Good afternoon. The property at 1010 Gidry Drive is owned by Mr. Jordan Landry. I'm not sure if he's here this afternoon. We've never personally spoke with him or had any contact with Mr. Landry, myself or Mr. Ronald Solari. The pictures that were submitted to you all are the originals from July 7th, which is the before pictures. There's also pictures from September 26th, which is after he was served. Let's see, we have that picture. The delivery was September 15th, 2025, so he was served via certified mail because he lives outside of the parish. So only thing that has been done to the property is the grass was cut. So if you look at the before pictures, there was a tree growing up in the front of the property, the front of the structure. That's been cut down, and the grass has been cut. But other than that, the structure really hasn't been touched. The complaint was based off of grass, structure, and trash around the property.
Commissioner
Any
Matthews?
questions?
Which structure, was it the small structure in the front, or are you talking about the house? as
The
a
house
structure?
itself, the person who put in the complaint said that it's abandoned, no one has lived there for a while. The roof and then the piece on the side hasn't been finished, but the house is abandoned, no one lives there.
So we're requesting him to tear down the house? Or repair it?
Repair, tear down, I mean, order of abatement condemnation, so, I'm not too sure if the home is livable or not. We haven't really stepped foot on the property as far as, getting in there and inspecting the inside of the structure. At this point, it would need to be, repaired, fixed up, that way it's not, deemed a nuisance.
Ms. Narcisse?
When you see y'all having a step, putting the property in receiving, is that something that we normally do?
No, ma'am, we don't go inside the structure.
Okay. So I just get a bit, when we're saying it's a nuisance and voting on it, and then sometimes I'm thinking what really is a nuisance? Like, is it, because it's never been reported if it's a dwelling or it's just a grass, or, are we focusing on the landscape and the outlook, not to be beautified, but to be to a certain length, but when it's the dwelling, what expectations should the property owner have to meet? If I just don't wanna fix it up, and I just want it like that, I just really, can we make them put a roof? So I get confused, not confused, I just had it explained and even reading it in a black and white, it's not to the point. This is the standards it needs to meet. And that even with this, the grass is cut, but, if the owners wanna leave the structure as is for whatever reason, whether the neighbor like it or not, do we sit up here and vote on something that really can't even make a point?
Right.
So I'm asking you if, because you've been in that department for a number of years, is there something in black and white that maybe I have missed?
We do have a definition for a nuisance, I don't have it right now. It's
So-
looking at me,
so
it's
it's in-
extra lengthy, so,
It's in chapter 24 of our code of ordinances where we define a nuisance. Without reading it verbatim, you wanna look at, does it reflect debris, scrap, trash, machinery, which we have all that defined under the definition part, that's 24:1. Would it, devalue the other neighbor's property? Does it harbor animals? We have one about bamboo, we have one about smells. And is it livable? Is it in deplorable condition? Is it decrepit? Kind of what me and Ms. Solari take them when we go to court, we tell them it's not beautification, it's compliance with the ordinances. So to me, with the grass, if it's an occupied lot, which I believe that means a residence is on it, we're looking at 1 foot or above. If it's in a dedicated subdivision, it's 1 foot, whether that's a house or not. And if it's unoccupied land, then it's 2 feet, the grass. So that's on the grass issue, you're looking at a 1 to 2 foot. And other than that, if you wanna live next door to that, if you think it's a nuisance, or if it's abandoned, if anyone lives there, could someone potentially make that livable? Maybe. The order of abatement says, get rid of the nuisance. So at that point, I think it's left up to the homeowner. Can it be fixed, or do we need to tear it down?
Mr. Delco?
Mr. Durio, we just had an instance on Cypress Island Highway. I know it went into the court system and it progressed through the court system, but there was a point in time when we could call in Mr. Richard to come in and give his expertise on the actual structure. Could you maybe identify or kind of elaborate on when that might come into play, and that might clarify some of the questions?
Yeah, so in that particular residence, at one of the court hearings, the homeowner just made some assertions that she planned on fixing the home up and living in it, and it was pretty obvious it was condemnable So we got Mr. Kennedy to come in and give a report to the court, for Judge Thibodeau to decide, can this property be fixed? Is it even repairable? Could they get it in compliance? So we did that on that particular case. That one had progressed much further through the court system, so we wanted a lot more backup on it. So we had got Mr. Cooney to come in, he made a report, and he recommended that it be condemned. There was problems with the electrical box, it looked like it was just ripped out. It wouldn't meet the new standards to get a permit, it was an old residence. So yeah, that's always an option.
But that option can be taken until it goes in front of the council and has a recommendation, right?
Well, I think when y'all do the order of abatement and condemnation, again, we're not telling them you have to tear it down. We're telling them remedy the nuisance, get this property where it's no longer a nuisance to the parish. And again, I think that's left up to the homeowner to decide, can I come and bulldoze this thing for $1,000, or am I gonna have to put 20 grand to make it not a nuisance? So y'all order a condemnation, specifically fix the nuisance. Make it not a nuisance anymore.
Mr. Poirier?
Yeah, that cycle sounding property, that's in my district. And, I've been talking to Morgan and Mr. Solari about it. Those people on each side is giving me 3 times the hell, and I can't blame them. The grass is 4 or 5 feet tall, you know? That old trailer in the front, horse trailer, they got vehicles in the front. Half of the front of the house is falling in. You know, that's terrible.
We have things down, I can brief you after the meeting on it. It's not here today, I can give you an update on that, we haven't reviewed that property.
Ms. Jean-Baptiste?
So just for clarification, so we're looking at the house and the grass, and then y'all haven't had communication with the constituent, but he has received his notification of the court date that he would appear.
For today. And that's, to me, is the only reason why I can assume, that he had started the cleanup process.
Okay.
Just for the council, you say you haven't had communication, it means he has not responded.
He has not responded.
You've reached out via letter,
Mhm.
the normal process,
Correct.
we haven't got anything back.
Correct.
That's why I said she acknowledged that he received the correspondence. But, okay.
I need a motion and a second to proceed with the order of condemnation and abatement. I have a motion by Mr. Clay, second by Mr. Mellison. Call for the vote.
Ordinances introduced for public hearing.
I need a motion and a second to open public hearing. I have a motion by Mr. Mellison, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.
Ordinance number 15180R, an ordinance reducing the extent of the servitude rights of St. Martin Parish government from 100 feet to 29 feet on the northern side of the drainage channel designated as L35D, where it borders parcel number 0520183624, and repeating ordinance number 25051489OR.
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on this item?
Summary number 1519OR, an ordinance reducing the extent of the servitude rights of St. Martin Parish government from 100 feet to 25 feet on the southern side of the drainage channel designated as L34B, where it borders parcel number 06102B 3419, and repeating ordinance number 25061491OR.
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on this item?
Summary number 1520OR, an ordinance reducing the extent of the servitude rights of St. Martin Parish government from 100 feet to 39 feet on the southeastern side of the drainage channel designated as L34G3, where it borders parcel number 06002B 4231, lot 11A.
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on this item?
Summary number 1521 OR, an order introducing the extent of the servitude rights of St. Martin Parish government from 100 feet to 40 feet on the northern side of the drainage channel designated as L36A 285, where it borders parcel number 04101 B1420.
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on this item?
Summary number 1522 OR, an order introducing the extent of the servitude rights of St. Martin Parish government from 100 feet to 60 feet on the northern side of the drainage channel designated as L35E, where it borders parcel number 04301A2122.
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on this item? I need a motion and a second to close public hearing. I have a motion by Mr. Clay, second by Mr. Louvier. Call for the vote.
Summary number 1518 OR, an order introducing the extent of the servitude rights of St. Martin Parish government from 100 feet to 29 feet on the northern side of the drainage channel designated as L35D, where it borders parcel number 05201A3624 and repeating ordinance number 2505-1489 OR.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Melisson, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.
Summary number 1519 OR, an order introducing the extent of the servitude rights of St. Martin Parish government from 100 feet to 25 feet on the southern side of the drainage channel designated as L34B, where it borders parcel number 06102B3419 and repeating ordinance number 2506-1491 OR.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Melisson, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.
Summary number 1520 OR, an ordinance reducing the extent of the servitude rights of St. Martin Parish government from 100 feet to 39 feet on the southeastern side of the drainage channel designated as L34G3, where it borders parcel number 06002B4231, lot 11A.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Melisson, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.
Summary number 1521 OR, an ordinance reducing the extent of the servitude rights of St. Martin Parish government from 100 feet to 40 feet on the northern side of the drainage channel designated as L36A 285, where it borders parcel number 04101 B1420.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Corbeil, second by Mr. Poirier. Call for the vote.
Summary number 1522 OR, an ordinance reducing the extent of the servitude rights of St. Martin Parish government from 100 feet to 60 feet on the northern side of the drainage channel designated as L35E, where it borders parcel number 04301A2122.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Melisson, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.
Resolutions. Summary number 099RS, a resolution ascending or descending with the recommendations of the assessor that the assessment remains as shown in the assessment rules.
I have a motion by Ms. Jean-Baptiste. Jean-Baptiste, you.
I'm making a motion to ascend to, which means accept.
I have a motion by Ms. Jean-Baptiste, that's it. Second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.
Summary number 100RS, a resolution authorizing the parish president Pete Delphine to execute change order number 1 in the amount of $94,814 decrease for the Boxcar Road roadside stabilization and road repairs project was awarded to Diverse Solutions LLC.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Alexander, second by Ms. Jean-Baptiste. Call for the vote.
Summary number 101RS, a resolution engaging the services of Murray & Murray Certified Public Accountants to conduct the annual audit for the year 2025.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Middleton, second by Mr. Poirier. Call for the vote.
Summary number 102RS, a resolution to the Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development indicating highway construction priorities for the fiscal year 2026-2027.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Corville, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.
Summary number 103RS, a resolution approving the annual certification of compliance for the off-system bridge replacement program for 2024-2025 for St. Martin Parish.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Middleton, second by Mr. Poirier. Call for the vote.
Summary number 104RS, a resolution recommends that the Louisiana Board of Commerce and Industry reinstate Operations North American LTD's participation in the industrial tax exemption program relative to advanced notification number 2022059 ITE.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Middleton, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.
Summary number 105RS, a resolution selecting and authorizing the submission of state capital outlay budget requests for year 2026-2027.
I need a motion and a second. Mr. Poirier?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to amend this list and, add the only road that I put in my district, I'd like to put it on the list.
Okay, I got a motion to amend the resolution to add Mr. Poirier's road that was submitted back onto the list. What's the road?
Theobald. Theobald.
Dearborn. I need a second. I was seconded by Mr. Alexander. Call for the vote. Okay, right, so we need to vote on the whole list as the amendment, with the amendment in place. So I need a motion and a second to approve, so I got a motion by Mr. Poirier, second by Mr. Middleton. Call for the vote.
Hold on. This is what I did.
Yeah, go back and reread the summary. Plus the.
Yeah, I did too.
Can I ask the question before or after?
I will do it now before the vote.
Yeah. Ms. Narcisse.
So, my question, I'm gonna go, okay, so the road project. We submitted our capital outlay, we submitted our thoughts and what we thought. Is that now on the
we just submit our projects to capital holiday, and it goes to Baton Rouge, and it's up to them to decide if they wanna, they wanna fund the project.
So we
That's
just,
not the road project.
That's not the road
that's not
project,
no
it's
project.
capital.
So we just submit them all? And just let them
Let them
get their
decide.
priority numbers however see fit.
It's something taken off.
Yo, I'm a little lost, I'm just gonna say that. Okay, okay.
So we all had submitted, at the previous meeting, we were asked to submit, capital outlay projects. And so that's what that is, so this was generated. And so the list was revised, and that's what we're, the asking us to vote on. But Mr. Farley wants to add back one of the roads that was taken off the list to be put back on it. So he wants all of the original list to be submitted to include his.
And that was the list that had a deadline, because I didn't
Yes.
submit, because I didn't wanna be greedy, because I had gotten Cedar Road. So I just felt that it was gonna be a limit, so I was just gonna try to play fair. But I'm feeling a little, because if we're gonna have the opportunity to put our thoughts on having it back on.
Eaton Road was submitted in the.
It was.
Place.
I know, I get that, but what I'm saying, I didn't submit
Right.
anything because I had gotten Cedar Road.
Mhm.
So I was just trying to play fair because in my mind, I thought that there wasn't gonna be a limit.
Right.
So I just did,
That's fair.
I was trying to play fair. But if we're going to have the opportunity to, I didn't perceive this, to vote and put our role, who we want on and just send it to Baton Rouge, then I wanna have another chance too, because I'm not gonna pay for it. And I mean, I know
We
I
encourage
think,
us to put the rules on this.
yes, but I didn't because I just, I didn't want I thought I was gonna be being greedy.
Well,
If I would get my capital outlay done again, or get some
Right.
direct appropriation, and then you push to the side, and it's like, oh, I'll change it, so I just say, I'm gonna stay out of it. Now, he's telling me to put it on next year, he not putting it in.
well, to join you, I didn't put anything either because I was able to get, 92-1 done. So I didn't put anything on the capital outlay, but I did put a request on the state road, which is to consider a turning lane. So I played fair to let them have as well, just so you don't feel left out.
My first line in my heart, I'm gonna put it there, okay.
Can I speak, please?
Yes.
On the road, we were able to put that road into the, road project. You had, the lead Champagne, Caprito Road, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So there were portions of that road that did not need to be remilled, about a quarter of the project. So we were able to take that and use that money to do, Theobald Road without putting it into the capital outlay project. So it was put back into the road projects that will be done next year. And that was the reasoning. I thought it had been explained or, well, that was the reasoning it was taken out. It wasn't taken out, it was just moved and monies were, for lack of a better word, we took a quarter of the road, and in the event that that would need to be done, that could easily be put in to either next year or the year after the budget to take care of that issue.
But I'm talking about raising it up by that cooling,
Yeah,
about 400 feet.
yes, sir.
Because that, in 2016 for the flood, if that road would have been lifted a foot, that was our, put it this way, the Cypress Island residents, that was our only way out, and we had to go through water. That was our easiest way out, with least water, and a lot of people couldn't get out. So, if that road would be raised from the canal coming south, about 400 feet, raise it up, people could have got out without going more.
We had Mr. Sellers go out there with Sellers and Associates, take a look at it with Mr. Jason, Mr. Eddie, and they went back to the 300 to 400 yards, about 1,000 feet, and doing the entirety of Theobald Road, and in that section there, going from 0 up to 8 to 10 inches, and increasing it to the canal,
and raising it to the elevations that would be needed to be able to circumvent the water. And that was what was given to me. Now, we could take it, we can transfer this project here on Lee, Caprito Road, et cetera, by 1/4, and put it into the Theobald Road project, to where it can be done this year as opposed to possibly not getting done, or possibly kicking it back to where years down the road. It would just,
You say if it don't get approved with the capital outlay?
What's-
With the- You say if for some reason it don't get approved with the capital,
but this is, I mean, this could be done this year. The monies were allocated on the Caprito Lee Champagne Road to do the entirety. When the engineer took a look at it, he said, well, really and truly, 1/4 of that road is not necessary at this point in time. We're gonna do the entirety because we're doing the road. But we can easily take out 1/4 of that, and that can be done at a later point in time when necessary, and take those monies into Theobald Road right now. That's the mindset of, I thought the information had been passed on to you. I can see that it hasn't, and, my apologies, because it should have been relayed on to you. But that's what happened. It wasn't just taken off with no justification behind it. It was taken off with the ability to come back and take care of it in another manner.
fair enough.
So with the cost of what we're gonna take off of the 25% of that road, would that cover the cost of lifting that road for that area? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Pick it up.
So if you wanna put it on, as long as, here's the deal, as long as we can get, engineered numbers. Now, you need to understand that when you send these things to capital outlay, you can't just put a number with a request. I need X and I want X amount of dollars. You have to be able to put some justification, some definition, some scope of work, some engineering.
If you have
And,
that.
sir,
But you just said you have all that.
then he gave us a number. He gave us well, look, if we're doing this, Theobald Road had never been engineered. And in the time schedule that this was given to me, it could not be engineered. To be giving me the scope of work and give me the numbers, so to just delete it and not do it, I took a portion of another road in your district that was being done and do this road here. So it was not engineered completely to where I could have brought it. By Friday, everything needs to be brought to Mr. Richard Denzel. And if we don't have those numbers, scope and engineering, you can't pass it, you can't put it through. So for that reason, we kind of finagled it a little bit and took a portion of another road and put it in there to take care of that project.
So we already voted on it, it's been approved, so if you wanna leave it in there, send it to capital outlay, and if we don't get funding for it, we just do it.
We can leave it in with a blank number. I don't know if it'll go in that manner, but if you wanna put that in, you can do that.
Okay, so, Cynthia, just. Ms. Narcisse, you had a question?
No, it needs to be paid. No, they don't.
Summary number 105, or F, resolution selecting and authorizing the submission of state capital outlay budget request for year 2026, 2027, adding the submission of the elevation of Theobald Road.
So you're voting on it as amended per the prior motion.
So I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Poirier, second by Mr. Clay. All for the vote.
Summary number 106, or S, resolution proclaiming Tuesday, November 11th, 2024 as Veterans Day.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Alexander, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.
Summary number 107RS, a resolution authorizing the use of emergency funds in the excess video poker fund in the amount of $149,000 to cover the amount exceeded for mosquito control.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Ms. Narcisse.
No, I got a question.
Oh, Ms. Narcisse, I'm sorry.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, my question, using the emergency funds of $149,000, what our finance say about it?
It's fine. We had budgeted for the year 1.5 million out of video broker
Okay.
for emergencies. So all this is doing is authorizing the use of that to cover our expenses for the extra mosquito spray.
So, just so you're okay, so we fund that out of our health use fund, so we will budget. So we're gonna use this money to cover us to the end of the year, to catch up, to finish the end of the year. At the end of the year, when Sean's gonna make he's gonna amend the budget for his final thing. He'll take the money that we putting on the emergency fund, and it'll be reimbursed back from the health use fund. Yeah, we'll put it back at the end of the year, right?
And remember this, so this is not a budget amendment, the money's already budgeted, he's gonna pay directly out of the fund. If we were gonna move it and pay out of a different fund, budget amendment, but this money is pre-budgeted for emergencies, that's why there's no budget amendment now, and it'll be reconciled.
And it's not, even though it's not an emergency, we can refund, we'll just do it at the end of the year through an amendment on the final amendment for the year.
Got it,
Okay?
thank you.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Gay, second by Ms. Narcisse. Call for the vote.
Summary number 108RS, a resolution authorizing the parish president E. Delphine to sign amendment number 1 to master agreement for ground ambulance to the services agreement and the master agreement for the ground ambulance and the Acadian Ambulance Service Incorporated for all inmates of the St. Martin Parish Law Enforcement Center in St. Martinville.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Melisson, second by Ms. Jean-Baptiste. Call for the vote.
We have Acadian and Givens members here, I just wanna recognize y'all and thank y'all for the work that y'all been doing for us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Summary number 109RS, a resolution authorizing parish president E. Delphine to execute change order number 1 in the amount of $2,691.05 decrease for the St. Martin Consolidated Waterworks District Number 4 Water Sector Program Contract Number 5A Distribution System Isolation Valves Project by Cody Construction of Louisiana LLC.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Melisson, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.
Summary number 110RS, a resolution authorizing the parish president Pete Delphine to enter into a cooperative endeavor agreement with the coroner of Lafayette Parish, Lafayette Consolidated Government, Sheriff Beckett Grove, in the parish of St. Andrew regarding funding and participation in the same program established under the direction and supervision of the Lafayette Parish Coroner's Office for Sexual Assault Victims.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion by Mr. Melisson, second by Ms. Jean-Baptiste. Call for the vote.
Ordinance introduced for publication. Summary number 1523OR, an ordinance amending the St. Martin Parish Government Pay Scale. Summary number 1524OR, an ordinance to adopt the sinking fund and operating and maintenance budgets for the year 2026. Summary number 1525OR, an ordinance to adopt parish capital outlay budget for the year 2026. Informational items not requiring council action.
Any comments from council? Questions? Mr. Mr. President?
I'm sorry.
Executive session, council to enter executive session to discuss the following litigation, St. Martin Parish Government versus Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government, bearing number 91813F of the docket of the 16th Judicial District Court in the St. Martin Parish, Louisiana, and Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government versus United States of America, and all, bearing civil action number 22CV01127 of the docket of the United States District Court, Western District of Louisiana, Lafayette Division.
I need a motion and a second to enter executive session. I have a motion by Mr. Poirier, second by Ms. Jean-Baptiste. Call for the vote. Mr. Luke. I need a motion and a second to exit executive session. I have a motion by Mr. Melisson, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote. Mr. Durden, you want to update us?
Yes, council entered into executive session, for this fall banks litigation as indicated on the agenda. This was purely just to update the council on the status of the litigation. Everything is still pending here in St. Mark Parish. Our attorneys in Shreveport with Goldman and Weems, Mr. Michael O'Shea and Stephen Oxenhander, they're actively been in touch with us. We provided them the legislative auditor's report, just to make sure they had it. They've had some conversations with Lafayette, Consolidated Government and their lawyers. There's been some conversations with the regulatory agencies, that have jurisdiction over this matter. So, the council and Parish President Galcom just wants the public to know, especially the Cypress Island residents, that it's not stagnant. It may seem stagnant, but there's absolutely, workings going on in the background, between the two agencies and the regulatory agencies, and our attorneys are very much on top of it.
Thank you. No further business, I'll move that we adjourn. Make a motion to second. Mr. Melisson, motion by Mr. Melisson, second by Mr. Clay. Call for the vote.